Lindenwood head coach Jed Stugart, team coming off a home victory over Charleston Southern. They're going to be on the road this week. They're going to go to Gardner Webb, the first ever meeting between the two programs. So, Coach, some thoughts on your team, then we'll go to some questions.
Well, anytime you're talking about a conference win, it's a good time, and so I'm proud of our guys. To play a really good football team in Charleston Southern. One thing that really stuck out to me is we prepped for them, giving them a lot of credit. It's just how really good defense, and we kind of knew that coming in. They do a really good job. Really hurt us a lot on first and second down. We're trying to get our run game established, and we had a couple pop through, but man, they did a great job. Just so we were in a lot of third and long situations, but I was really proud of our guys that our third down percentage was pretty good. Starting off with not winning first and second down very often, so a lot of credit to them. I think I was really proud of our team. We had a really quick turn of events right at the end of the first half that probably something I've never really seen in my career, but we have a 20-point lead, 20-0 lead, ready to go into halftime, and 2-minute drill, we're going to try to go score, and we have a pick six, and then we have a fumble, scoop, and score. Next thing you know, 30 seconds later, it's 20-14, and that's tough going into halftime, and all of a sudden you just went from 20-0 to 20-14, and I think that's where we got to really see our teams resolve a little bit in that momentum shift, and obviously going to halftime feeling a little bit unsettled with that, and gave them some hope, kind of feeling like some extra motivation, and our guys really came out in the second half and kind of really took that back, and I was really proud of them for doing that. I think defensively, they had a great day against a good solid team offensively, and especially their run game. It's really what we challenged our defense with how well they do there, and so proud of our defense. Had some cool accomplishments. I know Logan Seibert, kind of set our school record of field goals now in his career here, and really had a big day for us because, again, credit to them holding us. We had a lot of red zone opportunities that we didn't get a chance to score. Had a penalty that takes it out, and Logan stepped in and made 5 of 6 field goals that really kept us in that game. When we should be getting touchdowns, but he was clutch, and so give him a great shout out. So anyway, like I said, put that one to bed, and proud of our team's resolve, proud of our defense, and how they've been playing. How they basically had a shutout Saturday, and you can't ever take those for granted. So I'm really proud of those guys.
Let me follow up on Logan then. So when you're sending him out there, like, you have to have the utmost confidence in that he just keeps performing time and time again. And just, as you said, you wanted to score the touchdowns, but every time, 5 to 6 times you see him out there, he converted. So just maybe a little bit more on the confidence you have in him.
Yeah, I mean, we see it every day in practice. We do a lot of pressure field goals. We put him in a lot of situations in practice, and and he's a very very calm, cool, collected kid, and you just have a lot of confidence because first of all, he's a guy that in practice, he wants to be right, and so if he misses stuff in practice, he wants to do it again. He wants to correct things, but Logan will be the first to tell you. I feel like we've got probably one of the better long snappers that we've ever had here, Nelson Pipes, and when you look at his accuracy and his long snapping and everything, Logan's going to be the first to tell you. Every kicker is going to tell you if that ball's not placed where it's supposed to be, and for Patty, our holder, who's our punter, that operation between our long snapper Nelly and Patty putting it down, and Logan will be the first to tell you. So all those 3 things have to happen very consistently, and in all my years of coaching, we've had some really good long snappers, and Nelly is just these guys don't get that praise, but when a field goal kicker's that consistent, it has to start with that snap, and that's pretty amazing. We're pretty blessed to have Nelly.
We've talked a little bit about some of the Nate to Jeff passes. Caldwell only had 2 receptions, but Nate did it with his legs too, 103 rushing yards. I think maybe a week or two ago you talked about him, and he's not always gotten a lot of the attention, but it seemed like he had another good game for you as quarterback.
He did. He was really hard on himself because he made two mistakes that he wanted back, on the pick six, and then he fumbled and they scoop and scored. I think, if you're at the game, you kind of, that can get highlighted because it's on TV. It's so high profile. Quarterbacks get so analyzed because the ball's in their hand a lot. What I saw was the real test. Like when you have back-to-back mistakes like that and you go into halftime, that can really shake your confidence and that can really shake you up. And I think the real thing that I was proud of is him coming out in the second half, because even as coaches, you kind of wonder where a kid's head's at after that. And when you have that kind of feeling going into halftime of what just happened, and then to come out, he was a key figure. And like I said, we had a lot of third and long situations that he converted on with his legs on runs, but also scrambles and picking up tough yards, taking some big hits to get first downs. And that's what I was really proud of him, just overcoming that adversity. And Jeff will be the first to tell you, I only had a couple. He dropped a couple that he doesn't usually drop, and you don't see that very often. So there was some good throws and catches, and now when I say he dropped, these are some tough. Right now there's a lot of physicality with Jeff. He's one of the better receivers in the country, and so there's a lot of physicality going down the field, and when he's being contested for balls, and so those aren't easy catches that he makes because people are really defending him aggressively, and that goes with the territory. But they still have a lot of. But I think the one thing, the overshadowing of the game on Saturday was just how great our other receivers stepped up, and Reese Thomas and Drew Crobath, making some key catches, because a lot of attention on Jeff, and then Darren Fugit probably had on a third and 12 that usually just on a little crossing route, our tight end Darren Fugit picks up a first down, breaks 3 tackles, drags guys, and gets a first down. That's probably one of the most impressive plays that I've seen in my career. That really got our offensive momentum going to pick up that first down. So a lot of, Jeff's getting highlighted a lot just because of his playmaking, but Nate's done a great job of dispersing the ball to places and taking advantage of people that want to spend a lot of time defending Jeff.
What can you tell us about your opponent? First time you've played Gardner Webb, and they're coming off an open date.
Yeah, coming off of a bye week, and first I will tell you, and I've really enjoyed through the years, kind of being on some committees and stuff with Chris. Really respect him as a coach, as a person, and he's a really good football coach, and that's a really good football team. I think I never underestimate anybody. I mean, this is a championship team based like last year. Chris comes in, takes over a really good team, and have played some really good opponents. And so first and foremost, I don't look at records. You can't look at records. We tell our team not to look at records. That's why we always treat each week as being 1-0, because they're a really well coached football team. They're coming off of a bye week, and they're obviously hungry, because I know the probably don't feel like the season's gone the way they want right now. They need to get on track. They're going to be highly motivated because they're really coached well. They're playing at home. It's homecoming. So a lot of those things that, we got to be motivated, ready to play, because they're going to be, it'll be fun. It's amazing, even still year 3, how many new opportunities. I mean, we're still having some new opportunities, which is actually really exciting. I mean, I think, here's another new thing for us and for them to play for the first time. I think that's really exciting for our players and probably their players too, to kind of deal with another new experience. So it's going to be exciting. I think exciting football game. And, we've got we're still teaching our guys the consistency of preparation and teaching them, in this last few years as we've been in this league now and we've moved up to Division I, that we've got to be consistent in how we win and how we approach our preparation, and be more consistent in that. And this is going to be a challenging week for us because it's a good team.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time. Best of luck this week, and we'll talk to you again next Tuesday.
Thanks, Kyle. We'll see you next week.